Did you see that Florida International has sold the naming rights to its football stadium?
And the field, too.
To none other than the great, the indelible Pitbull.
For like $1 million a year.
Of music fame.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he bought it for, he's Mr. 305.
Yes.
Right?
He's Mr. Miami.
Yeah. So Florida International, I mean, they're an afterthought. No one cares about them.
No.
So they sold the naming rights to their stadium for 5 years at $1.2 million a year to Pitbull, and he will get, he gets to be referred to as the official entrepreneur of FIU athletics.
That's right.
It's not
What does
you.
that even mean?
No, just don't worry about it. He's an entrepreneur.
I know, I love it. I just
he's the ambassador.
Official,
Okay. Like he's their guy.
He's the Flavor Flav of FIU.
He's like Snoop Dogg with USC.
Yeah, there you go.
And Snoop should buy the Coliseum. That would be fantastic.
I'm guessing that would probably be a little more expensive. No offense to Florida International, whatever the hell that stadium was before, but look, if I had a bunch of money, I saw that Pitbull, he did some concert in Texas, like some one-off show. He made like $700,000 off of it. That's what they paid him. Dude, if all I had to do was work a concert and a half and I got to name a stadium in my hometown, like I got Providence Park, but it was Suke Park, sign me up.
You wouldn't do Suke? I mean, I know you don't like that as much.
Yeah, I mean, you could do
But
Suke.
it's more catchy.
It's more catchy.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever. However you want to do it. And it would, like, the logo would just be my head. Like, when you pull up to Providence Park and they have the big sign or they have like that big metal sculpture out front, nah, it'd just be my head. Just my beard lording over the Portland Timbers and Thorns. Let's go.
What is Snoop worth?
Snoop's probably worth a bunch.
Do you hear what he's making for the Olympics?
No.
Somebody said that they overheard from an NBC exec at a dinner that he's making $500,000 a day to be over there.
According to Newsweek, they got him around 160 to 200 mil. I mean, you could.
I would have thought more.
Really?
I mean, that's a lot. I thought he would be a $500 million by now. I mean, he's got his hands in everything.
Yeah, I don't know how much though. Like, I don't know how many things he's done that are super successful. Like, I mean, yeah, the rap career, and he sold a lot of albums, but a lot of the stuff he does, I don't necessarily think there's big money in that. He doesn't sell albums anymore. He just does collabs with people, and he does little TV spots, and I don't know if that's.
Well, but he may have some businesses.
Yeah.
Like Shaq.
He's worth more than Pitbull. Pitbull's estimated at $100 million.
Wow.
But either way, I mean,
he's higher than I would have thought.
Oh yeah, dude, Pitbull in his little circle is a big deal. Like, I don't get Pitbull, I don't understand Pitbull, but Pitbull ain't for me.
Can we pull up Pitbull? I don't know any of his music.
Sure, it's all Latin stuff too.
I mean, I know I certainly recognize him.
Yeah.
Very recognizable.
I'm familiar with the work of Mr. Pitbull in general, but I couldn't tell you any specific,
Yeah, I think Snoop should buy the Coliseum. I think that'd be badass because he's a big USC guy.
Huh? Well, he just
call it the Call of Snoop.
He does everything though. Like he's the biggest. Him and like Bieber, like Snoop Dogg supports like every team. The guy owns more jerseys than any other human being on the planet.
Pitbull gets to use the stadium up to 10 days a year, and he gets 2 suites for every football game.
Which, by the way, is pretty cool because if you're Pitbull, you're paying $1 million. If you just held 2 concerts there, that probably pays for the stadium just right there.
Yeah, it's 20,000 seats.
Yeah.
Took my life from negative to positive. I just want y'all to know that. And tonight, let's enjoy life.
I wouldn't necessarily thought this was Pitbull. Every time I hear him, it's like a really upbeat.
Oh yeah, this. Okay. You know this tune. Famous hit.
There you go.
It's probably called Tonight, I'm guessing.
It's called Everything.
Damn it.
I do know that Pitbull, he likes the ladies. He said that he's a non-marriage, non-monogamy guy. I saw him on Howard Stern once.
Cool.
All I know about Pitbull is that he likes the ladies, he likes Miami, and now he likes FIU sports.
He will also have Pitbull-affiliated performers at games, and he will create an official anthem for Florida International.
Oh, well,
so it's going to be great.
And by the way, it is now going to be South Dade Kia Field at Pitbull Stadium. They sold it to a local Kia dealership.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, say that again?
So they sold dude, FIU, you're the one that said this a couple weeks back. You said, dude, everything in college football is for sale.
Including the ownership stake of the teams. They're all going to have owners eventually.
So they sold the field to a local Kia dealership, and they sold the stadium to Pitbull. So the actual, when you go to the stadium, you will be watching the Florida International Panthers, I believe. They will be playing at South Dade Kia Field at Pitbull Stadium.
See, I think the field sponsor people got screwed right there.
Yeah, if
Because
you're
no
Time
one,
overshadowed.
no one cares about
yeah,
that.
if you're South Dade Kia, you're like, hey, where are we in this announcement? And by the way, I just saw this because Stuart Mandel was like, hey, FYI, and amongst all this stuff, let's not forget about South Dade Kia providing affordable cars to the people of South Dade, not North Dade.
Let's do forget about them. And somebody mentioning that USC doesn't own the Coliseum, City of LA does. Okay, whatever. Do the deal with the City of LA.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
No, there you go.
I don't think Snoop Dogg, like, I'm guessing to name the Coliseum, I'm guessing that's probably more like $10 million a year.
Yeah, but he's got it.
I don't know if he does.
I don't know if it'd be a worthy investment,
Yeah.
but he's got it.
Well, I've never understood that in general. Like, my favorite is like Citi Field in New York. They pay the Mets. I want to say they pay them like 15 to 20 million bucks a year. And they did that right when they declared bankruptcy during the financial crisis. And yet it's still Citi Field. We gave Citi Financial a couple billions of dollars and they used it to name the field where the Mets play.
You know, Fields are calling me to pay me for the Isachi title on their stadium. So I just want you to know that. Could be soon.
Well, look, I think it's pretty cool. Like if you're Pitbull,
Thinking outside the box.
I think that's a cool thing. I think that's pretty
What if
badass.
Tay-Tay did that?
Yeah, why not? I mean, but does she have something? I don't know where she's from. Like, you'd have to have, like, I wouldn't
She's
want
from the
some
South, isn't
random
she?
thing, but like, if you're Mr. Miami, if you're Mr. Dade County, why not?
Well, and I think it's cool for Florida International because, I mean, who gives a rip about them? And now, I mean, I suddenly care more about them than I used to with that one little thing. I
Yeah.
want to see what that's all about.
It's a good move. Taylor Swift, by the way, from West Reading, Pennsylvania.
Oh, well, maybe, what's she like? Can she get Beaver Stadium? How much does it cost to do that? I'm guessing quite a bit.
I don't know if she's a Penn State gal, but
Don't know. By the way, the Crypto.com arena, the Staples Center, you want to take a guess? They signed a 20-year deal.
L.A.
Yeah, LA. 20 years.
$10 million a year.
That'd be 20 years, $700 million to have that thing be the Crypto.com arena.
What is that then? That's ooh.
Yeah. I was looking through here at some of these ones. Like Levi's Stadium is 20 years, $220 million with Levi's, which is a pretty tasty little number. But then I saw the Crypto.com and I was like, what? Like, holy hell.
Vancouver Ford text line says, Isachi Field at freaking Punch It Bitch Park.
Let's go. Freaking punch it, bitch.
And it does appear the Crypto.com arena is the largest naming deal in at least North American history. I don't know like what the O2 arena, I don't know, maybe there's a soccer stadium somewhere, but I don't understand that.
I don't either.
So,
I don't
don't
get
know.
the return on investment on that.
I don't either. Couldn't tell you, but
You just must have a lot of money.
But that's the part that annoys me is that Citi Financial didn't have a lot of money. And you would think before we gave them several billions of dollars, we would have had some conditions like you can't name a pointless stadium for like 15, 20 million a year. Like that stuff, I don't know why that bothers me so much because I know nothing's ever going to change. Like, did you just see like what, I think it was Intel that recently did this just the other day. We gave Intel like an $8.5 billion free loan. We gave them like $30 billion in tax.
Who's we?
The U.S. government.
Damn it.
We gave them basically like $40 to $50 billion in cash and concessions under the guise of that they would invest and they would build and create more jobs. Dude, they just laid off like half of their workforce. Like what? Like how is it? I just won't understand that. How is that even a thing? It's like, hey, we're going to give you all this money because we're the government and we want you to, to go forth and prosper and give jobs and building communities. And they're like, thank you for the money. And then like a year later, they're like, yeah, sorry about this, but we're going to go ahead and cut like 15,000 jobs.
You know, there are a couple of bros right now on some beach flying there in a private jet, laughing their asses off.
Right?
Cash and checks.
Can we not put some conditions on this money? I can't think of a bigger waste of money than the stadium naming thing. But again, maybe it's
There
great...
probably are, but it doesn't seem all that
right
fruitful. But
Doesn't that one hurt? Just a
There must be some science or some math behind it. I don't know.
yeah, right
For a
here.
bank.
So this just happened like August 2nd. So we gave in the CHIPS Act, the Manufacturing Act that we did, we gave them $8.5 billion as a gift, free. We're like, here's
Why?
$8.5 in order so that we could build the chips over here and not overseas, right?
But
So
wait, isn't Intel doing great?
Well, so we gave them $8.5 billion.
Why do they need $8.5 billion?
Then we gave them $11 billion in favorable government loans. Then we gave them $25 billion in tax cuts, and on the promise that they would invest and hire 10,000 more people. They just laid off 15,000 workers, saying that their margins were too low.
Thanks, Obama.
I just can we not go back and take some of that money back? Can you not be like, yeah, remember that $8.5 billion loan? We're going to go ahead and need that back.
All right, we got a break. Pitbull Stadium, Florida International, wherever that is, Miami, I assume.
Yeah, it's just outside of Miami, which is, again, it's the only time we will ever talk about Florida International. So if you're the Panthers, this is the smartest deal.
That's right.
And I promise you, other SIDs right now are calling and being like, hey, who can we get a hold of? What sort of big celebrity is affiliated with our school or our area that wants to do something?
Howard University is trying to sell a third of their basketball program, the rights to the program, for $100 million.
What does that mean? Like
I don't even know.
Control the roster?
I have no idea that the program is named after you now. I don't know. The Asachi Howard, whatever they are.
All right.
And someone is probably right here. I'm guessing these are all tax write-offs. I'm guessing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, whatever.
Hey, or, crypto.
It's like buying a truck you don't need.
Here's $20 million, whatever. It's a tax write-off. You don't even know what that means. Yes, but they do, and they're the ones writing it.